So we're continuing our extended tour of the dialog, and we've just added this new record button over here by selecting it from the list of predefined buttons in defined controls. And now let's just quickly examine what JavaScript this button is going to execute. So if we look here, we see that the button is executing the new record method of the dialog component. So now this is going to allow us to edit existing records and also enter new records. So now, as a final convenience, just for purposes of demonstration, what we're going to do is actually create a grid component on those two tables that we've just created, and we're going to embed the grid in the dialog simply for the purpose of actually seeing the records that we're entering using this dialog component. So we're going to go back to the web projects control panel here, and I'm going to build two grids, one on the customer header table, one on the customer address table, and then I'm going to use the customer address grid as a child grid in a linked content section in the customer header grid. So I'll just put the video on pause while I build those two grids. So continuing with our video now, we've now built a grid called addresses over here, and now we have another grid called header, which is the header, and then we've gone to the linked content section, and we've specified that the address grid is linked to the header grid, and we've put them into the master template over here. So we've got the grid, and then underneath that we've got the linked content section over there, and then finally we've also gone to the toolbar and we've created an action button. And if we just look at the definition of that action button, it is nothing more than the grid refresh method. So it's just a button that refreshes the grid. So now if we look at this, we can see that there's the record that we added, and there are the three addresses there that we added. So now let's take this grid and go back to our dialog, and then we're going to go underneath the frame end over there, and we'll go to other controls and we'll choose embedded object, and we're actually going to go now and embed the customer header grid directly into this dialog. So we'll go there and click OK, and now when we go now and run the dialog, we can see that there's the record that we just added. So now we're going to go now and add a new record. So we'll go here and just type in, say, ALF, and we'll go here and type in, say, Alfred Smith, and we'll go here and we'll call this international sales, and let's enter an address. So we've entered an address. We'll press the submit button, and that enters the record. Then we'll go ahead now and press new record. So now we're looking at a new record, so we'll go here and type in, say, BOL, and type in, say, James Jones, and we'll go there and say headquarters is 3 Circle Road, and New York, for example, and then hit the submit button. The data gets submitted, and now we can go to our grid over here, which currently doesn't show those new records, but when we press the refresh button, you can see we've gone now and we've refreshed the grid. So there's the first record we had previously entered. There's the Alfred Smith record showing its child records, and there's the James Jones showing its child's records. So what we've demonstrated in this video are some very powerful features. We've shown how you can build the dialog with repeating sections. We've shown how you can automatically create the tables that the dialog would use in order to do data entry. We've shown how you can do data entry into the tables with the data entry being wrapped into transactions, so that if there's any error, the entire transaction gets rolled back. We've shown how you can build grid components on those tables, and we've shown how you can actually embed the grid in the dialog. In this case, it was mostly for demonstration purposes, but you may have real-world situations where that functionality is useful. Thanks very much.